when I said I had zero clue what the fuck I was doing, I had zero clear.
Right.
So the first time you and me fought, it was a straight wash. I had to hold that. All right. So I'm like, all right, I'm washed. But then I was like, okay, this button does this, this button does that, this
Right.
button does this. All right, cool. All right, this game has better juggles than Storm. Okay, cool, got you. So I'm watching you and Drew play. All right, I know how to fucking play now. So I confidently went to Nezuko. I'm like, all right, I get it. I fucking get it. You and me fight. The first time we fought, it was a wash. The second time, we literally got to matched fucking point. That's why when I beat Drew, I said, bring your ass over here. I fought my way from losers to get here.
Yeah. And
Bring your motherfucking ass. And then it was like, I won the first one, you won the second one. In the third match, it was like, we both 2 rounds apiece. Next round wins the whole Demon Slayer shit. And I
right.
was so fucking hurt. I was so fucking hurt.
So so what is the toughest thing about fighting, I guess, me? No, matter of fact, what's the difference between fighting me and Drew in Tekken and Demon Slayer? Like, those two games were like, to me, it seemed to be like your hardest challenge when it came to the whole
All
tournament.
right, you want to know?
Yeah,
All
good.
right, the hardest thing for fighting. I'm gonna start with Demon Slayer first. Every time Drew got his little support shits in Demon Slayer, he used them so I could rush him down. Once I figured out how to rush niggas down in Demon Slayer, I was like, all right, I know Drew game plan, woo woo woo. And in Demon Slayer, he's not as defensive. In Demon Slayer, you're defensive as hell, and you knew when to push block. I was kind of learning from you as I played,
Yeah,
so it's like, all right, you kind of hold on to your shit because you know that once I started learning the combos, you started holding on to your fucking substitutions toward like the middle. Like you would still use it, but
yeah.
you only used it if my combo put you in a health deficit.
Oh
Okay,
hell yeah, yeah,
compared to when we first fought, you barely used it because I didn't know what the fuck to do. But when I did know, you started saving it and conserving it. Drew just used that bitch. Okay, now in Tekken 8,
I got washed.
And yeah, but what I noticed with Drew in Tekken, mainly Tekken 8, is that this motherfucker will just stand there and wait for me to push something. He's like super defensive, but he never block his legs.
Yeah,
So like fighting you in Tekken, ironically, contrary to what the video evidence says, fighting you in Tekken was harder than fighting Drew in Tekken. And I'm like, all right, all
yeah,
right, cause you move around, Drew will just sit there. So the reason why I lost in Tekken 8 was because one, it was a super even playing field, and
yeah,
Drew's defensive play style, I just got outplayed.
yeah,
I just got outplayed. Like I got outplayed like shit because there will be moments where I would go to fucking attack him, and my grab will either miss or he would just block it,
yeah.
and his hits would be harder than mine. Like, yeah, I had combos, but he just hit harder than me. So that's why I keep saying I'm gonna fuck him up next time. Cause I'm like, bro,
I will say, I will
should have
say,
got the blickies on his ass with Nina.
I'm grind, which is which is crazy because I actually got that up on the screen right now. I think that the hardest thing with fighting, no, the hardest game that I think I fought you in was either Fighters or Mortal Kombat. Because in Fighters, you literally just picked the game back up maybe like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. So with you already having prior knowledge with like the, I want to call them advanced fighting, like techniques, like you already pretty much know what you need to know. It just all comes down to you being able to switch and and being able to combo your moves. But fighting you in Mortal Kombat, the goddamn skill gap was so goddamn large. Like like you could tell that me and Drew stood no chance at all because I'm like, yo, I'm like, I'm like, it's almost as if nothing that we do matters when it comes to Mortal Kombat. One because you're like a fucking master at like the fucking the fucking 2D fighting games. Like that's your shit. The only time I've seen you have even like an ounce of struggle really is when it comes to like 3D fighting games like Storm, Tekken sometimes, Dead or Alive. Like those are the only times that you can call it like a struggle. But other than that, it's like, bro, what the hell do we do when like you then you done already fucking mastered the shit. So I think us playing the 2D games first kind of showed like, okay, we're not gonna beat them in this. But then in Storm, not gonna lie to you, you actually surprised me in Storm. I did not
Oh,
think.
you thought you were gonna wash me in
No,
Storm?
no, 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 no. Not wash, but
Oh,
but I thought that I was going to win in Storm. Based off of and this is a flaw on like my part based on what happened the night before with us like sparring and training. Like I was like, okay, you feel me? I pretty much know what to do. But my problem that I will say was is that I used the team that is me like I don't want to say like joking around, but it's a team that I thought was good enough to be competitive with, and I didn't use my Sasuke, Naruto, Sarada team because that was the team that was getting on your nerves the most.
yeah, it was. Instead, you went to fucking no the when I picked Mifune, for some reason you went to fucking Sasuke. Um, who else? You went to Sasuke.
I think it was that team. I think it was the Sasuke. Let me see. Cause it's here actually. So,
No,
yeah,
it was Sasuke, QB Cloak, Naruto,
yeah,
and who was your third?
and Sarada. So I did have that
So
team, but for whatever reason, this motherfucker just kept slicing through all of my shit, and I'm sitting there like, yo, who is this nigga? Just like
yeah, bro.
so. So this is a perfect time for me to talk about what I what I do and I will say don't like when it comes to Storm connections. I will say, for me personally, I know that you for me a lot of OG Storm heads are like they kind of up and down about the game. I've seen Afro say that he loves it, hates it. I've seen I've seen like other YouTubers say they love and hate it. But what I like is that you have a real chance to not only keep the combos going, but it makes the the window of you being able to make a mistake like it just makes that smaller. Like you really have to be on your shit because as I'm watching the fucking footage now. It was a fight where where I barely hit you and and you got like an S rank on my ass. Like like the shit was fucking terrible. But what I don't like is some moves are just not unblockable, but it's like you become invincible once once the move starts.
That's like every That's actually I don't like that shit either because like in connections they made it where like any character that has a jutsu that require you to dash into your opponent like a fucking Rasengan or a Chidori,
Yeah,
you're invincible on startup. I don't know if it was always like that or what, but you're invincible on startup because when your character chakra dash towards you and you start that shit, like if you dash toward me and I do a fucking Chidori,
yeah.
the character's gonna. the character's gonna bump into me and stumble,
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna hit you with. And unless you sub, I'm gonna hit you with it. So
Yeah.
when I pick Mifune, I'm like, hold up, Mifune has a fucking
A, f-
Chidori like move,
a
right? And
fast
I'm
ass
like,
move.
and I was like, do the same rules apply? So
Yep.
when it did, I'm like, oh, so when it did, I was like, oh yeah, we about to be in there. Cause one, it's faster than a Chidori.
Yep.
If you if you block it, I still go past you, so I
Yep.
can call support to make myself safe.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I don't really like the change because it's basically like having like a EX Shoryuken on command.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing is, there's more people playing Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 than Storm Connections. It's like Storm Connections has 245 players right now, but Storm 4 has 427.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, that is crazy.
Which is which I don't really which I don't really like fully understand because like Storm is is 9 times. I mean, no, connections to me is 9 times better than than Storm. Or well, I won't say 9 times, but I will say that when it comes to, like characters and when it comes to like when it comes to what am I saying? Oh, when it comes to like connections, I think that the characters, like how many there are, helps as well as you being able to combo out of things. But I do think that your your support has to be like solid. Like like you can't just pick any random type of support.
Yeah.
And you feel me? I like that in this game you have an option. I don't know if it's always been an option, but you have a choice to use both of your, jutsus. So if someone like a Naruto can use a Rasengan, but then on the other side, he can use like the clone charging bullet where he throws a bunch of his clones at you. Like I like how you can use both, because now that adds to the pick your poison type of thing. And the combos be crazy. Like the combos be real crazy.
Yeah. But like I said, the community right now is speaking through numbers. So it's like
Yeah.
it's something about Storm 4 that the community just seems to like over connections. Cause like I said, the player base for Storm 4 is double what connections is, and you would think that new game coming out, people will flock toward the new game. Like every time a
Yeah.
new Street Fighter come out, the Street Fighter will have like Street Fighter 6 has like what like thousands of players right now.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 5 only has like 100 something people playing it right now.
Yep.
But Storm's like the opposite. Like I'm just like I didn't expect that. So I don't know. Like I don't know what's going on. Like the last time I was heavily in the Storm community was when Ninja Storm Generations came out.
Damn.
So like
Okay.
maybe so it's like maybe the Storm community just kind of like grew up and got attached to 4. I don't know. The numbers don't lie, and I don't want connections to die. And I know for a fact that Namco sees these numbers because I was having a good ass time. It was great playing as Indra and Astra and just chucking jutsu at each other. And like once we got in, we got to let like just let the combos fly
Yeah.
and shit. It was great. Like I was having a good ass time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's great.
The last time I was like, and it's crazy because this is the first Storm game that I was like, okay, let me try some online stuff, and I've learned that people online really are like, what's the word? What's the word I'm trying to use? People online are really, they spam a lot. Like they really do spam. Like and when it comes to characters like the fourth Hokage, when it comes to characters like, you know, puppets, when it comes to those kind of characters who can be really cheap, but they're only cheap if you decide to use them like they're cheap. Like the fourth Hokage can do his like flying Raijin and then like dash right out of it, so you can't even really punish him if he misses. It's like things like that is what makes me as like a competitive gamer like really get hyped for a game, because I'm not gonna lie, I thought that Storm was just gonna be like a fully copy and paste of Storm, and in a way it is, but they've also changed up moves, they changed up character customization, they've changed up a lot of things that actually improved on Storm 4, and I'm wondering if we're gonna get a Storm 5. That's gonna be interesting.
I don't know, bro. I feel like I don't know if people aren't taking Storm Connections seriously because it's not a numbered entry
Probably,
or
probably,
what. But
yeah,
like the one thing I hate about Storm Connect, every Storm game that's not like a numbered entry, they
yeah.
always introduce some weird ass changes and mechanics. Like Ultimate Storm Connections, like the first Naruto in history, where your chakra comes back automatically. This is
Yeah,
you get chakra back in this game so fucking fast that yeah, people can spam annoying jutsu. For fuck's sake, you and me were spamming Indra and Ashura jutsu, and
that shit was hilarious.
the only reason it was fun was because those two characters are broken. All right, let's get that shit out the way.
They
Those
are,
two characters are fucking broken.
they are,
Fucking Ashura has the Rasengan cluster bomb. That shit might as well be a fucking care package, cause like you throw that bitch
and it could
and
break your
like
block.
yeah, and if I sit there and take the initial Rasengan, it blows up into like what, 8 different explosions. But if
Yep.
you shoot it at the ground, it blows up regardless, and you
Yeah.
can keep. You were basically chucking Rasengans at me, okay?
Which was
And
fucking hilarious. That shit was
that was
hilarious.
hilarious. And it was like, and with me, I was basically spamming the Amaterasu whenever, because whenever like you would dash into me, before you figured out you could just chuck a Rasengan in there, I would just shoot Amaterasu and the hitbox would just linger on the ground.
Yep.
Connections has a lot of balancing problems, which is
Yeah.
why I think people aren't taking it as seriously. Cause let's be real. If the big Naruto content creators like Afro Shinju, Globeku, whatever the fuck, if they don't if they weren't covering this shit the way they are now,
They probably wouldn't get
I'm
as
pretty
much
sure the
traction.
player base, yeah, nobody would give a fuck. People should
Yeah.
be playing Storm 4, and
Yeah.
I'm like, if we're being real, I'm not saying Connections is bad. I actually like Connections,
Yeah.
but it's like there's so much bullshit in this game that like if you're not playing with your friends, I really
It's not
don't
gonna be
think
fun.
yeah, I really don't think it's worth grinding ranks. Like I'm
Yeah.
just being real. Like
Yeah.
it was mainly fun because I was playing because like you and me were going at it and we were getting competitive because we're friends. We want to beat the fuck out of each other.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Storm 4, I feel like Storm 4 is a little bit more competitive because you get away with a lot less.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why I'm basically yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So now, right now, I am watching the footage of the last game we played, which was Tekken 7. Which I'm not gonna hold you. After Tekken 8, I did not think,
Nobody cared. Nobody cared.
bro, that. Well, look, I ain't gonna lie. I cared. I don't know if y'all cared, but I cared because I had just lost badly in Tekken 8. So for me, I was like, okay, I gotta at least do well in the game that I've put the first or second most time into, and that's Tekken 7. So watching you and Drew play, it was it was very it was very interesting because again, I was already in like last when it came to like Tekken. So my hope was, okay, I need to win at least no. I need to at least beat Drew or Kev. I need to come in second place at least, so that nobody can say I'm like just the worst Tekken player. I think I'm like somewhere in like well, I can't really say I'm in the middle because if we going based off of Tekken 8 and Tekken 7 combined, I technically would be last. I didn't come in first in neither one, and then I came in last in one of them, and then Drew came in first, you came in second in 8, and then you came in first in 7, and he came in last. And so it was like me and Drew basically fighting for like second place in that. But Tekken 7, after all these years, I'm gonna be real. After all these years, I did not expect to beat Drew because the skill gap was so large at one point between he and I that it just wasn't no fight at first. And then when I beat him with with two of his favorite people, Violet and Horang, like I was like, oh, okay, so shit a little different now.
I mean, and also don't forget, you and me like fought
Yes,
before this, so I
yes,
feel like that all. I feel like that helped. Like, I feel like that helps like a little bit.
yes, because so so with the fight that I'm on right now, where where Drew had Violet and I had, you feel
You
me?
had Lydia.
Yeah, yeah. That fight was very, very interesting because he had me down 2-0, and then the next round, I like destroyed him. Which I've learned that when it comes to Drew, I can get away with pretty much anything, but when it comes to you, especially with lows, I cannot get away with lows that often against you because you're gonna catch on to it, then you're gonna reverse, and then you feel me. That's pretty much a wrap. So yeah, that's kind of what I learned when it came to that. But I'm so mad it turned off at the end. I'm so mad at that shit.
I don't. Yeah, I don't I really don't understand that shit. And it's like the crazy thing about all of us playing Tekken was that I kind of wanted to. I wanted to test myself. I wanted to see how far I could get without without using my main, just using Tekken fundamentals. So when I
Yeah,
was watching you fight Drew, I'm like, holy shit, bro, Mark is learning shit. Like you were like you were doing your pokes. You were like, I'm watching it now. I'm like, bro,
yeah,
this man fight. You fight.
bro.
So it's like you learned like how to play Tekken like on like on like a base degree. You learn how to play Tekken,
Yeah,
which when you when we first started, you weren't doing a lot of the shit that I'm seeing you do like right now. So it's like
yeah. Wasn't blocking. I was using my face as a shield the whole time.
those are my faces. Yeah. So I'm like,
That shit was terrible. Like it was, like I've learned in fighting you in games, your defense has to be just as good as your offense. Like you feel like combos and shit is not. And granted, I've learned this from you. I've learned this from Maximilian. I've learned from different people. Combos are cool if you can pull them off, but they're not. But they're not the end all be all when it comes to fighting games. Like you have to learn how to defend yourself. That's why whenever whenever you watch a movie or whenever you play the game or whenever you see someone else play the game or if you play through a story, the person always tells you, I'm going to show you how to defend yourself. Like, because you need to know how to block and sway and move. And I would say the hardest thing for me when it comes to this versus say like Call of Duty or something like that is is fighting games are one on one. It's like, well, let me say for the most part, it's one on one. Sometimes if you play in a team game, it's 3 on 3. But either way, the two people that start on the screen, it's one on one. So being like patient and knowing how to block and paying attention to how the person is moving to know where to block, when to swing. Are they going to expect you to hit them doing something like playing Tekken learned? I mean, no, playing Tekken taught me more about that because it's so technical.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm like that, that's why I don't know if you would notice, but like when I picked Jen,
Yeah.
I was blocking like a lot,
Yes.
like, and I mean like a lot versus when I had fucking Zafina.
Yeah.
When I had Zafina, I was swinging, like I was straight swinging, but like that's because with Jen, one, he's a character. He's difficult. Like
Yeah.
Jin is very difficult, and like I'm like, all right, if I'm gonna win this matchup, doesn't matter how well the person knows how to play. If I'm gonna win, I need to fucking block and pick my shots. So it's like that defense is key in like any fighting game. Like just learn how to fucking block.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was and fighting you versus fighting Drew. Versus Drew, I could be more aggressive. Like because he really didn't expect me to know as much as I know about this character and know how to do combos and like a little bit of mix ups and things like that. He really didn't expect me to come out with that. Oh yeah, I know how to not only knock you on your ass, but I know how to keep you down there too for a little minute.
That low key made it funny as shit because I when I was off to the side, just smacked as hell. I was like, I heard Drew kept saying Nani.
Yeah, he was like, he's like, he's like, he's like, what? Hold up, whoa, whoa, whoa. You feel like, what's going on? What? And I was like, and you feel me? In my head, I was like, yeah, bro, this is a different version of me. This is not the me that used to whoop in Tekken all the time. This is someone who has learned how to defend and then make these hits count. Now granted, it was sometimes I was like swinging at the air, and that's really when you picked I don't know her name. I do not know her name for the life of me. Ku, Kunimitsu. I hope I said that right.
Yeah, Kunamitsu.
Yeah, she gave me problems. Because she's faster than Zafina, which she kind of plays like a phase 4 from Dead or Alive type of character.
I feel like all right, that's reasonable. But the thing about Kunamitsu is that this character, she can capitalize on so many weaknesses from the character and weaknesses from the player because she just nonstop pokes you, and for fuck's sake, she has a fucking dash,
Yep.
and the moves can come out of the dash fast as fucking hell.
Yep.
And it's like she has so much, like so many moves out of that dash that like she can check you from any distance.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like whenever I fight against her online, I'm just like, damn, this nigga really wanna win. Like this is crazy, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you picked her and I really didn't know what to expect. Well, actually no. I knew somewhat of what to expect cuz I kind of like practiced with her too, but of course you have a different knowledge of the character than I do. So fighting her in the first round, I was like, okay, she fast and she's nimble and she can, like vanish and like bro, when you vanished after I swung and then came down and hit, I
Shadow
was,
Clone Jutsu.
yeah, I was like, what the fuck was
My
that?
bad. Substitution Jutsu.
Yeah, I was like, bro, what the hell was that? Like yo, she can do that. So it made me have to block more. Plus, a lot of her moves, especially that move that I just saw her do, it's kind of like the bounce kick where she basically bounce kicks you and then she'll back all the way up. It it's it's really hard to capitalize off of something like that.
Yeah, one thing I really about Tekken 7, this game was not built on fairness. Like this game has so much, and this is coming from someone who loves Tekken. Like I love Tekken to death. I will
Yeah.
play the fuck out of Tekken, but Tekken 7 has so much bullshit in it. It
Oh
is
yeah.
fucking. It can be damn near unrecognizable to someone like me who's been playing since Tekken 5, and it's like it's just crazy. Like you said, some of the like Kunamitsu, like she, good lord, bro. Like she has some shit that I'm just like, why would y'all give her that? Then
Yeah.
again, I ask that a lot in this game. I'd be like, Namco, why would y'all give this character that? They like they didn't need that, like for real.
Yeah.
Like Zafina, I'm sorry, I love Zafina, I really do, but she has some shit in this game where it's like I'm just like Namco, like y'all didn't have to give her all this shit. Like she has the best movement in the game. Her backdash takes her back far as shit. So if the person like a person like me can backdash cancel, she's she's gonna be slippery. I'm just saying, like she just gonna be hard to hit. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, I don't know why they would do that. Like
Yeah.
hit crazy. And like she has all this shit, but Tekken 8 is looking to make everybody broken. So if
Oh
everyone's
yeah.
broken, nobody is.
Bro.
So
Bro, I am going to grind the out of that game because this not only this tournament, but the preparation for this tournament made me fall in love with competitive fighting games again. It made me fall in love with competition because like as a child you play games like Mario Kart, Smash Brothers, you play Mortal Kombat, Dragon Ball Z. At the time, it's funny because I wasn't even really playing 2K or none of that other like sports games, but playing games like this brought back the competitive fun in me and the want to get better. Like that's really why I wanted to do this tournament. That's why I created it because I was like, I want I want to feel the competitiveness and the fun of being able to just let loose. It's almost like Goku and Vegeta fighting each other, and they're like, look, let's just let loose. It's not really trying to like kill. Is more like just have fun. But I do want to ask you this final question. Got 5 minutes left in the stream footage. I just been kind of like jumping back and forth. As a matter of fact, I'll probably jump to like Dragon Ball Fighters because I haven't really showed too much of that. But the Sparking Zero, Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero. I want to ask you what do you think based off of the trailer? What do you think is going to happen? Like, do you think it's going to be a good game? Do you think it's going to be more like Kakarot, or you think that they trying to take it back to like the old days of Budokai Tenkaichi?
I, man. Well, first of all, this looks like a completely different feel to
Yeah,
to Xenoverse. This looks this looks nothing like Xenoverse in
Yeah.
both graphics and gameplay. Because Xenoverse, if you because they had the camera really far back in Xenoverse, your character's like really fucking tiny
Yep.
and shit. For this game, the characters, the camera is basically on your character's ass, just like in the Budokai games.
Yep.
So I really feel like they're taking it back to like when you were a kid and you just invite your friend over to beat their ass in Dragon Ball Z Budokai. I feel like they know. I feel like they know what they're doing. Namco is on a Bandai was it Bandai Namco? They on a fucking roll right now. At
Oh
least I
yeah.
think. I don't know if they're the publishers right now or what the fuck. But like this looks like it's going back to Budokai,
Yeah.
and I'm just like that's why I'm so fucking excited because Budokai was the shit.
Yeah.
Like if you had a normal childhood, you played Dragon Ball Z Budokai. Like
Yeah.
it didn't fucking matter. Like you played your friends, you played your family, and it was great. And one thing I hope that they change is, man, I want combos, bro. Like for real,
Oh yeah. Hell
because
yeah.
Xenoverse had combos. If you picked if you picked a if you made a Super Saiyan character,
Yeah.
I heard that the combo structure, it was like the combo structure was different from other characters that you could pick. So I hope that
It was.
I'm not asking for Dragon Ball Fighters level combo. I'm not asking for that.
Nah.
But what I am asking for is some sort of combo structure besides what square 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 triangle. Like just like
Yeah.
yeah, just let me link shit together. Like let's say like if I do square 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 and like I do a special, it calls a crumple, and let me just continue the combo or some shit. That would be dope as hell.
Yeah.
Like fuck, bro. Like could you imagine like doing square 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 1 inch punch with with Super Saiyan Blue Goku,
Yeah.
and then when they crumple from the 1 inch punch, you knock them up in the air, you follow them, knock them back down, and then finish with a comment. Come on, bro.
Bro.
Come on.
Bro. That used to be one of the hardest things to do, and I don't mean like tough. I mean like the shit was cool. How you felt like you was in a Dragon Ball Z show, like you knocking people through buildings and you like mountains and I mean all that other shit, and then you follow it up with a Kamehameha, like a Big Bang, a Spirit Bomb. The one thing that I will say is Raging Blast, which if I remember correctly came after the Budokai Tenkaichi games. I just want them to make this game as balanced as they can because when I fought Drew way back when in Raging Blast 2, and I did a goddamn Spirit Bomb, and he had a motherfucking Cyberman, he could block or deflect the goddamn Spirit Bomb with the Cyberman, which to me, I was like, yo, where's the, who is this motherfucker? Like, where's the balance at? Because ain't no
I
goddamn
mean,
Cyberman going to block. Now, granted, it made it funny, so maybe keep that. But it was like moments like that. I was like, God damn, if I can't even do a Spirit Bomb, I really gotta like out maneuver this motherfucker. Like, you feel me? It was one of them.
yeah, and the crazy thing is like about 6 months ago, there was a Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 tournament,
Yeah.
and these players who are still playing this game, they're still fleshing out the meta. There's movement canceling. Well, no, there's advanced movement options. There's a whole bunch of shit. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I really hope that I, I really hope that Tenkaichi 4 keeps competitive aspects. Like, please don't give us the camera that we had in Raging Blast. That camera was awful.
Yeah.
Please, bro.
Yeah.
That camera. Well, no, the Budokai camera was always kind of ass,
Yeah.
but I just want them to fix that. Like seriously, like it's this is gonna be on PS5. Like we need better camera.
Yeah.
Please don't give us a shitty camera. Like I forgot what stage it was, but in Rage and Blast, it was like you were in like a canyon type stage, and you could
Yeah.
knock your opponent all the way down there. But like your camera will start spazzing out because it's trying to look at both players and shit. But
Yeah.
player two will be off the fucking camera, and you'll be off the fucking camera, and the
Yeah.
camera just looking at fucking rocks and shit. I'm like, bro, what?
Bro.
What is this?
Bro,
Garbage.
they need to just go back to, and hopefully they do. If you are playing online, you obviously should just have your one camera angle. But when you playing dual, it just needs to be like the good old split screen. Or, well, no, matter of fact, no. I just think, to be honest with you, if you're playing locally, it just needs to be a split screen, because trying to do the whole one screen, and then if you go too far apart, it turns to split screen. I think that would probably be a little too complicated, and it would probably mess some players up when it comes to like them trying to do their own combos and things like that. But because this topic is so hot on Twitter right now, I do want to ask: have you seen any of the Wolverine leaks from Insomniac? Not from Insomniac, but from whoever is doing it from Insomniac.
Wait, they leaking Wolverine shit?
Bro, listen, real quick. I'm gonna make this real quick. They they have been leaking Wolverine stuff for like the past 2-3 days, and they are like leaking like gameplay. They leaking concepts, information, things like that. But it's even to the point now where they are like leaking like employees information, which I think is wrong. To be honest with you, I think the whole thing is wrong. But
I'm watching it now,
yeah,
bro. What the fuck? We
yeah,
fighting ninjas?
yes,
We fighting ninjas?
you fighting ninjas. But look though, a lot of people said this game is Spider-Man 2 but Wolverine, which, well, they said it's more like a God of War mixed with Uncharted mix, which based off of the gameplay, I can see why they said, but it's only the one gameplay. Like they gotta chill, they gotta relax.
I mean, watching this shit, I am kind of getting
Yeah,
God of War Ragnarok. Well, God of War, well, new God of War vibes.
yeah,
I am kind of get. Whoa, they gave you back the lunge? You can
yes,
lunge on niggas still?
yes,
Fuck no, bruh. Oh, hell nah. This pre-alpha footage look better than a lot of the games coming out now, bro. We
yes.
need this shit. We need this shit. This shit
But
look hard.
here's the thing: a lot of people have found out that the lineup for the games is supposed to go. I forgot. I forgot if there's a game coming out next year by Insomniac, but they said the Venom game is supposed to come in 2025, and Wolverine isn't coming until 2026.
Bro, if that's the case, bro,
That's
I'm
what I've
watching the
heard.
footage. I'm watching the footage right now. If that's actually the case, this Wolverine game, it looks good as fuck. Like what I'm looking at looks good as all fucking hell. Like
Yeah,
they got some lighting shit working. The basic it looks like they know what direction they want to go to for combat. It's like semi-open work, bruh. Come
yeah,
on, yo. Why the
yeah.
fuck the pre-alpha footage looks working better than a lot of the games coming out now? Like, bro, yo, I can't stop rambling, bro. This shit look
Look,
tight.
look, it's gonna
Even
be
his
hard.
classic outfit look dope.
Oh yeah, yeah, no. I saw that. I saw that. I saw that. It's gonna be hard once they finish it. But I think they're leaking it right now. Like, to be honest, the way the game looks now, it looks great. But when the game comes out, I think it's gonna look that much better. But the fact that, okay, so Venom in 2025, Wolverine in 2026, they said Spider-Man is supposed to come in 2028. So so you got
This is crazy.
so you got Venom and Wolverine coming in a year apart, and then you got Spider-Man coming 2 years after that. Which if that's accurate, I'm not really sure if that's accurate. I'm just going off of hearsay. Is going to be a very loaded lineup. But Yeah, man. The leaks are crazy. Like,
This shit looks hard. This shit really looks like God. Really looks like God of War 2015. Or is it God of War 2015? Yeah,
no,
it looks
wait.
like the new God of Wars. I'm like, yo, this shit.
The new one came out, I think, 2018.
No, I'm talking about the first one in the it was 2018.
Yeah, I, I think so.
The first.
I'm gonna look it up.
Okay.
I'm gonna look it up right now. I'm gonna look it up right now.
It looks, bro. This shit looks so fucking good. What looks so fucking good. Like they gave him back his lunge. They gave him like this nigga got finishers.
Yep.
It's still brutal. He has a fucking basically a Spartan rage. He
Basically.
has hell nah. They know what they doing. They are cooking.
Yeah. So God
I'm
of
over here
War.
asking.
God of War came out April 20th, 2018.
All right. I'm over here asking for fucking for another fucking Ratchet and Clank, and they making this and they cooking this heat. Oh
Yeah,
hell nah.
bro.
Wait, yeah, Ratchet and Clank. Yeah, Insomniac made Ratchet and Clank, right? Yeah,
Did
yeah, they
they
did.
for real?
They did. Insomniac made
Damn.
Ratchet and Clank, and I'm like, I'm over here asking for fucking Ratchet and Clank, but they cooking heat in the studio like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, fuck what I'm asking for. Give us this shit, man. This shit looks so good. Oh man.
It's gonna be.
So
It's gonna be one of them.
it really is, and they got stealth.
Of course. Of course.
No, they are cooking.
But now,
Man, fuck that Suicide Squad game. Where the man Insomniac? Nah. Insomniac the goat. Fuck Rocksteady. I don't care.
speaking of the Suicide Squad game, I've seen people mad at Kevin Conroy's basically the Suicide Squad kills Batman. But the game is called Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. What else was they going to do in the video game other than kill the Justice League? I don't understand what people's rage is, but then again,
They could leave out fucking Batman because Batman story. Could they said this shit take place in the Arkhamverse, right?
I think so, yeah.
Well, they should have just left Batman out of it. That that's for one, because his story's already wrapped up, and that ambiguous ending where he blew up the mansion, we don't know if he survived or not,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
All we saw was like, all we saw was that fucking that fear bat thing in the end, and we were like, yo, what is that? What is that?
Yeah.
And to see this nigga show up here, I'm like, wait, so he's still alive? That fucks up the mystery
Yes.
for Arkham Knight to a high degree.
Yeah.
So like they could have left him out. If we're being real, they could have left him out.
True. Now, I've also heard that something happens in the game at the end of a game. I'm sorry, at the end of the game that basically it doesn't reverse time, but it gets rid of the fact that all of this kill the Justice League should happen. Something like that. Something like that.
Oh, fuck.
But I guess that we'll just have to wait and see because I don't really know like I don't really know what the end goal for the game is. Like I know it's to kill the Justice League. I get that. But I guess we'll see whatever they planning to do next.
Part of me wants to believe that they come up with an explanation at the end,
Yeah.
but I want the ending to not be no bullshit. Like, oh, yeah, you may have killed all the Justice League, but they can all come back. Like on some, remember when Pain killed the whole village,
Yes.
and like Naruto somehow talked this nigga into bringing everybody back. Bro, I don't want that shit. I want like a
Yeah.
valid explanation. Rocksteady has proven that they can write good stories,
Yeah.
so like give us a good ending that explains this bullshit because one, the game already looks like butt cheeks. All right, let's get that shit out the way.
Yeah. It kind of looks like a more advanced Guardians of the Galaxy or Avengers type game.
Yeah, and like on top of that, you're giving us a shit story. Oh, if the story is shit,
Yep.
you're giving us a shit story and basic ass gameplay, and you expect the niggas to rally behind this shit. Of course, there's gonna be fucking outrage because you're bringing back Arkham Batman, but his story was wrapped up. So why the fuck are you, man? So like, why are y'all bringing him back? Just let the
Yeah.
nigga rest in peace.
Yeah.
And and like, how the fuck we didn't get a DC game with Flash, Superman, Wonder Woman, or Green Lantern in
Yeah.
recent memory. And
None
when
of
they
them.
come back,
They
in
die.
high detail
Yep.
and fully voice acted, high detail models and everything,
Yep.
and like you said, we're killing them.
Yep.
What? Why? Why?
Makes
Come
no
on,
sense.
Rocksteady.
Makes no
Like that's,
sense.
for lack of a better word, that's just,
It's
I
dumb.
don't even know what they're calling it. It's, yeah, it's dumb, but it's like, I don't know. It feels kind of inept in some ways.
Yeah, and it's like the characters that they want us to care about in the ones that you mentioned, Superman, Flash, Wonder Woman. Now, from what I heard, there is a Wonder Woman game coming out, and from what I've seen from some of the leaks, Wonder Woman is the only one that didn't turn evil. So maybe she doesn't die, but there's a Wonder Woman game supposed to be coming out in the near future. But for them not to make a Superman, Flash, Green Lantern, fuck, Martian Manhunter, Teen Titans game, something like, I mean, like, yo, DC could, whoever runs the DC games could be giving us some type of content to where we can play as all of those characters in some way, shape, or form. Like, y'all done made about like 10 Batman games. Y'all made that sorry ass Superman game that was not good.
Oh my god. Not that shit.
Y'all have made DC fighting games in terms of Injustice, which play like Mortal Kombat, but y'all have not made like the free roam games that people like and used the characters that we like. Like if they were to make a good Teen Titans game, like
It'll be a rap. It'll be a
it,
fucking rap.
it would be a wrap. You from like Marvel would have to be like, oh shit, we need to make a good Avengers game because this is what I think. The reason why Marvel felt like it was cool for them to put out the sorry ass Avengers game, or not. Let me not say sorry, but to a lot of people it was sorry. To me, it was decent. But the reason why that they felt like they could do that is because DC ain't putting out no comp other than Batman. Like,
Yo, they were like, okay, we can put out Avengers. We don't care. Like who's gonna oppose us? DC, and they all just laughed in their fucking chairs.
like
Like we don't have any competition. But then something snapped, and they let Insomniac make the full. Well, what were you gonna say first? I'm about to make a whole fucking point. Yeah.
no. Matter of fact, go ahead and make your point because it actually might
All
give
right.
me
So like
something to mind.
they the fucking crap. I don't know what came out first, Spider-Man or the Avengers game, but whichever one came out first, Marvel had the genius idea to let Insomniac make the first Spider-Man. First trailer came out, straight heat. Everybody was looking forward to it, and if you owned a PS4, that was a day one, okay? Because the last time we had an open world Spider-Man game was Spider-Man Web of Shadows.
No, I think it
I
was
think
Shattered Dimensions.
that wasn't open world.
Oh,
Was it?
oh wait.
No, it wasn't. It was linear.
Okay, then yeah, open world might have been Shattered Dimensions.
Yeah. So like, trailer came out, straight heat. We saw traversal options. New York looked great. The swinging looked great. The set pieces looked like they were from some Uncharted shit.
Yep.
And they put out demos, and the advertisement went fucking crazy. Spider-Man 1 comes out, instant hit. We're looking forward to Spider-Man 2 because Miles just got his powers. And boom, fast forward, we get Spider-Man 2. Should have won Game of the Year. That's the normal consensus is that it should have won Game of the Year.
Yep.
And then Insomniac releases a fucking what do you call that? Pipeline for the games that they're coming out.
Yeah.
And we're like, what the fuck? And the crazy thing is, Insomniac has a multiplayer Marvel game in the works.
Yep.
And I'm like, what?
So
So one so one Marvel multiplayer game fails, and out of nowhere, Insomniac has a Marvel multiplayer game in the works. I feel like the Avengers were just to test the waters. They couldn't give a fuck if it lived or died.
so so Spider-Man PS4 came out 2018.
Yep.
September 7th, 2018. Marvel's Avengers,
Same year as God of War, by
right.
the way.
Marvel's Avengers, crazy enough, came out in 2020.
No fucking way. No
It came
fucking
out
way.
2 years later after at least based on Google from what I'm seeing.
Okay.
Let me see Marvel Avengers. Let me just let me just type in game for what. Yeah, September 4th, 2020 is when Marvel Avengers came out, and then Spider Man came out 2 years before that. So I think once they once they did Spider Man, whoever made the Avengers was like, let's try to make this game, which is why they didn't include Spider Man until later, but they did his movement, his swinging wrong. Ain't nobody, want nobody really fucking with it. But but when they decided to do Miles, which I think Miles came out after Avengers, it was to gear them up for Spider-Man 2, which if you asking me, you should just let Insomniac do Spider-Man and the X-Men. I don't I hope that Insomniac doesn't fall into the I'm going to create every game the same type of method, because that's kind of what it's looking at with all the Spider-Man games and then the Wolverine game. Like, it looks great, but maybe change it up a little bit, you know, to make it
But the
feel like a new
is,
game.
crazy thing is like, well, first we're going off of like leaked gameplay,
Yes.
but sometimes that can speak like a thousand words. Yes, people are right. That does look a lot like God of War. Okay,
Yeah.
and like some people are saying that it looks like it has a hint of Spider-Man in there, and I'm like, okay, all right, all these are valid fucking claims, all right, but it's like how else like it's like if you think about it, no matter how they would make the Wolverine game, there will always be a comparison to
Yeah.
God of War. Cause like remember when the Wolverine movie game came out
Yep.
and motherfuckers were like, "Oh, this plays like God of War," and I'm like,
Yeah. Yep.
so I feel like at this point they just have to just make the game, just make it work, make it polished, no glitches, no bullshit, just make the damn game work.
Yeah.
'Cause like I said, watching it, it looked almost exactly like God of War. I'm not gonna lie, but
Yeah.
was that really a bad thing though?
No, but I think what people fail to realize is God of War and Wolverine, like those two characters, kind of. I don't want to say they act the same or they fight the same, but I will say when it comes to when they do fight, it they do have similar qualities because both of them fight with a sense of rage and berserkness to where like you are gonna see some things that look like it's just been repeated from God of War, because Kratos was Kratos whenever Kratos fought, he fought with rage. Wolverine fights with rage every fight. So, and then if Wolverine gets to a point where he's hurt or something, he's gonna have a berserker mode. Same with Kratos though. Like when he gets too upset, he's gonna have a berserker mode. So it was going to be things to compare with regardless. Like people just gotta understand that, you know.
Yeah. Either way, it's like, but the crazy thing is, after seeing this Wolverine game, it kind of makes me a little bit more hyped for or Venom, because Venom comes out, uh, it's scheduled to come out 2025.
Yeah.
And Wolverine come out 2026,
Yep.
right? So I'm like, is Venom gonna play like? Is it gonna be like when we played as Venom in Ultimate Spider-Man, where like he was kind of like Spider-Man, but they changed some shit. Like he wasn't web swinging, he was jumping everywhere. Like, are we
Yeah.
gonna get that? Are we getting or is Venom gonna play more like Wolverine? That's what I'm wondering.
I would. I hope that. I hope that at some point they can give him webs, like, like, like. I'm cool with Insomniac Venom, like you feel me. I like that one, because he's like the big menacing presence that he is in like cartoons and shows and things like that. I do think that they need to give him swinging, and they need to give you some form of story. Like, if they're going to make a Venom game, is it going to be Venom based on Harry, or is it going to be Venom based on Eddie Brock? Like, who's going to be Venom in this game? And then like, where's the timeline going to be set? Because with the creation of Spider-Man 2, you don't really have a timeline before or after Venom you know, based off of what happened in Spider-Man 2, unless you're going to say that this happened after Spider-Man 2 and there was a little bit of the symbiote left and it just so happened to find Eddie Brock. And
I
then
mean, that would be tough as shit though.
Eddie Brock gets introduced into Spider-Man 3 because just like Doc Ock said at the end of Spider-Man 2, this is the final chapter. Which if I'm speculating, I think that this might be the last Spider-Man game from Insomniac. Maybe. Maybe not the last one, but I do think that somebody important is going to die. It's going to be one of either Peter or Miles. One of them going to die, and it's probably going to be Peter.
In Venom, you really think they're gonna use Venom to kill off
No, 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 no.
Insomniac's Peter?
No, no, no. I think in Spider-Man 3, Peter is going to die.
Oh, okay.
Whether it's by Venom, Doc Ock, Green Goblin, you know, it might be. I think that it's time for Peter to go. Not because he should go, but because that's just how the last two games that he's been in has looked like. Like, Peter and damn near died like 10 times.
I remember one year they had a kill boner for Peter because this motherfucker was dying. Like, I've never seen a comic book character get killed off so many fucking times. I think it was the year that uh Into the Spider-Verse came out, the first one. We
Yeah.
were like, damn, they killed off Peter again.
Yep.
And I'm like, and for any nerd be like, he's supposed to die, nigga. We know he's supposed to die. That's the joke. All right.
Yeah.
It was just in that one year, we saw Peter die so many fucking times. It was
Yep.
crazy.
Yep. Yep. And I am curious to see what Insomniac is going to do with these next couple of games. I'm very curious to see what Spider-Man 3 is going to do. And to be honest, the way it's looking, they probably going to do the superior Spider-Man timeline. Like, or not timeline, but they're going to implement somewhat of that. Maybe even to the point where Doc Ock is going to take over Peter's body, but then Peter's gonna have to basically fight Doc Ock off the same way he fought the symbiote off. Like, yeah, you know.
That's crazy because Doc Ock was not. Was he? No, Doc Ock is dead, right?
In
Craven
Insomniac,
got his. Yeah, did Craven get to his ass?
no. Doc Ock was locked in to one of like the high end jails.
Also, Craven didn't kill him.
Nope.
Alright.
Nope, nope, nope. So, because at the end of Spider-Man 2, he sorry, Norman goes to Doc Ock and he basically asks him, "Do you know who the Spider-Men are?" Now, Doc Ock knows that Peter is Spider-Man, but I don't think he knows who. I mean, I don't think he knows that Miles is Spider-Man, because, yeah. But basically, Doc Ock doesn't tell Norman who he is, and Norman just asks Doc Ock, "Hey, what are you writing?" And he says, "The final chapter." So, Spider-Man 3 is probably going to be named Spider-Man 3, The Final Chapter. Maybe.
It is going to go so fucking hard.
Yeah. It's going to be Green Goblin, Doc Ock, and maybe Carnage if they don't put him in like a DLC. But yeah, nah, you feel like that's gonna be lit. That's gonna be lit.
Insomniac is carrying.
Oh yeah,